Hello humans. Today I wanted to talk about a new knife that I got. This is the Kizer Escort by Dirk Pinkerson. So this one here they're made in China. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what color it's supposed to be. Radstone. Alright. Packaging is very simple. It is all done in black with the Kizer logo in silver and the model information on a sticker, and that's pretty much it. Inside the box we have a stupid plastic insert. There's this really nice card. Like, this is like, it's plastic. It feels sort of like a what are those things in school called? Tab separators. Feels sort of like a tab separator, but it is poorly designed. Like, I can't really get into it to open it up. Yeah, like it's falling apart once I try. Maybe I just try pulling it apart. Does that work? Okay. Inside I get this really nice Kizer branded cleaning cloth. Yay, microfiber cloth. There's also a book. Is there anything interesting in the book? Oh, my lights are flickering. Gotta love old wiring. It's like a 120-year-old house. Is this marketing material? This is marketing material. Thank you for choosing placement in prime class and your class. Okay, there's a website. There's some legal BS. There's a warranty, guaranteed against defects in material and workmanship. Okay, precision cutting rules. Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff matters. Pretty pictures though, so you know, they're wasting place. Like, you could do this in half the paper, probably less, because you could stick the usage and care underneath this. You could probably stick the thank you for choosing Kizer thing around the others thing, and you could put this double-sided. You could literally use like less than half the amount of this plasticky paper. It feels like some kind of coated paper. Like, it feels like plastic over paper. I don't know, it's freaking weird. Is that it for this little plastic card? I really like this. That kind of pisses me off. This really pisses me off. This like unnecessary plastic tray. And they're just give me like a little cardboard plate. Like, it's not, or give me a box that opens from the top like CRKT does. And then I can just have a little tray made out of the box. I don't need this piece of wasted plastic. Anyways, you get extra hardware, bunch of little screws. That's nice. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra screws. And a little plastic baggie. Dog poo bag. We love dog poo bags. There's a lot of unnecessary plastic in this. Like, I understand putting the dog poo bag in to sort of cover the knife itself, but I don't understand the tray and then this insert. Like, there's a lot of wasted plastic. Anyway, this is the Kizer Escort. Oh, that's very nice. Oh. So this is a, oh, that's nice. What, roughly 3-inch blade? What does it say on there? 3.5-inch blade. It is 154 cm, which I'm sure it says on there. Escort, designer symbol. Oh man, look at that teeny tiny print. 154 cm. It features the Kizer clutch lock, which, come on, there we go. Which I'm sure we all know is basically, it's like a regular crossbar lock, but on the inside underneath the handle scales, there's a bunch of different positions, and you can tune the detent. There's 5 positions on each time, so there's 25 potential tensions you can put the lock under, which will both change your detent and change the amount of force required to disengage the lock. So you can have that, tune it right down, super light detent. You basically do that flicking motion, and the blade will fly right out, or you could tune it all the way up to being like hyper stiff, you know, like 4 pounds of force or whatever to open it, close. Out of the box, the tension feels really good. Like, I'm not really compelled to change it, but I probably will just play with it and see what I think. The color is technically red. It looks way more purple to me. Like, this is a very purpley red. I really like it. It's this bakelite material. Texture-wise, feels sort of like a stabilized wood. Yeah, like I'm just comparing it to something along the lines of this Hella Kitten? Clitten? How's that pronounced? Hella Norway Clitten. Okay. I'm sure it's pronounced better in Norwegian. But I have Danish ancestry, not Norwegian ancestry, so screw that. But yeah, like this bakelite material feels very, very similar to that. I actually really, really do like it. The blade is black coated. I kind of wish there was an option for it not to be, just because I think that, like, usually when a blade gets, any type of black coating on it, it becomes a little bit softer, which can lead to slightly weaker edge retention, which is just, it's a trade-off, right? And I understand the aesthetics, that purple, red, black look is really, really good, but I would have preferred just having a satin blade. For markings, you've got Kizer, you've got Escort, and you've got what I'm assuming is Maker's Mark. There's this like very, very short fuller in there as a design element. It's a drop point blade. It's fairly broad. I actually really like it feels like, look at that. It is the same, roughly the same front to back as the actual handle is, which I think fits really, really well. Disengagement is nice. It drops right in. That's interesting. Look at that. I wonder if you could tune it so that you could just not like, almost like an automatic actually, where you just pull down hard enough on this and it'll throw the blade out, but that's addictive. I've never actually used a crossbar lock before. This is my first time getting one, so it is very fun to play with. Very, very similar to a button lock in terms of how much fun it is. The pocket clip is either side, fairly deep carry pocket clip, tip up only. There's a lanyard hole beside it. I understand why you'd have both a lanyard hole and a pocket clip, but I personally am a one or the other type person, so I'm not going to use it. Pocket clip is okay. I mean, you notice it in the hand, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it will do. I don't feel compelled to change it. You can't really get to the fuller to reverse flick it. You can reverse flick it off the stud, I'm sure. Yeah, you can reverse flick it off the thumb stud though, which is nice. Overall, this is just a really, really nice knife. Like, if you want a good, tunable crossbar lock without having to pay, the Benchmade prices, which, oh boy, they're not cheap knives, right? This is a really, really good example. You're getting a good quality steel. 154 cm. I have no complaints about that. Stainless steel works really, really well. Yeah, I think if I tune this up enough, maybe tuned it down so I could get more speed. I am gonna play with that and see if I can get this thing to fly out just by pulling that. But yeah, overall, I actually really like this knife. What is the edge like out of the box? And does this receipt matter? House of Knives. Well, oh, wait, this is my House of Knives receipt. I can actually tell you how much this thing costed. This was 216 Canadian dollars with a 25% discount, so it's 162 Canadian dollars. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Anyways. There we are. So keep in mind this is receipt paper. Yeah, out of the box, I'd say that the edge is quite nice. There's no chips or variations or anything. Feels nice and thin behind the edge. It is a full flat grind. Well, high flat grind. It's technically not quite full. Very fidgety action. This is very fun to play with. Yeah. This is definitely one of those things where it's like, if you're getting this, you either want a tool that is fairly top of the line, like this is going to serve you very, very well as a pocket knife if this was your one pocket knife, or you're a knife enthusiast, in which case, you know, this is a fun toy. It's going to find pocket time. I really like it. I really, really like this bakelite material. I'm going to have to get more of this. It's just pleasant. Like, this feels really good in the hand. Its shape is basic and inoffensive. Nothing about this thing is designed to sort of, you know, break the wheel or anything, but the locking mechanism is interesting. The action is very, very good. And overall, like, this is a good, fun knife. There's not quite enough room for me to get a good reverse flick, or at least a consistent good reverse flick, because you gotta keep in mind, right? You can't get in the way of, there we go, the lock or the thumb studs. Yeah, overall, I'm really liking this Kizer Escort. I don't think this color's red. I'm gonna say that. This is definitely very, very purpley red, but other than them being wrong about the color, this is a really nice knife. It's not very, you know, 3.5-inch blade, which is nice. It's not very much bigger than the blade either. I'd probably say this thing overall is like 8 inches, all told. About that. Anyways, I don't have anything else really to say about it. It's a good knife, deep carry pocket clip, fun, very, very fun, fidgety, safe locking mechanism. I don't know very much about the strength of a crossbar lock compared to, say, a liner lock or a frame lock. I don't imagine this is quite as strong as like lockback or something along those lines, but I'd imagine it'd be quite strong. I mean, you've got a pretty solid hunk of metal up there, and by the time you've got any force on it, the springs aren't doing anything. It's just locking up against the rest of the internal system, right? So I think it'd be quite strong. Yeah, overall, very, very nice knife. Way too much fun to fidget with. Like, if I worked in an office or something like that, I would probably get fired for playing with the knife at work. Like, if I had this on me, because it's just, you know, flick, flick, flick. How do I want to hold it, like, with my finger out, but then it's right over the lock bar, so it's almost like, flick. Yeah, way too much fun. That's all I have to say. Stay safe and have fun with your guys. Peace.